Right, kickboxing championship time. South Africa's own Richard Mdunana, the defending WKA light middleweight champion, against England's Kash the Flash Gill, live, as you can see, from the Carlton Centre behind me in Johannesburg. The challenger, known as Mr. Excitement, has hammered his way through the world rankings. He's held European and world titles from the super welterweight division through to the middleweight division. So a tough nut for Richard. Let's join Nick Collis and team ringside.
Welcome to the Carlton Centre in Johannesburg for our WKA World Kickboxing Junior Light Middleweight title fight. Will the fighters please enter the ring?
So the champion entering first, and there's the WKA belt. That's what it's all about this afternoon. The World Junior Middleweight WKA version is on the line. We watch Kash the Flash Gill making his impressive entrance to the ring. The mental aspect, Dirk.
Absolutely. He looks very calm. Looks like a focused fighter. Not showing much emotion. A very tall man.
Ladies and gentlemen, age 27, our champion fighting from South Africa with a record of 18 fights, 14 wins, 2 losses and 2 draws. This is his third defense. He is trained by Alpheus Mokoena, coming in at a weight of 70.8 kilograms. Please put your hands together for Richard mdunana!
His weight 70.8, not 78, 70.8.
Age 30, born in Birmingham, coming from England, with a record of 59 fights, 45 wins with 14 losses, 26 by knockout. Trained by Dave Barrett, coming in at a weight of 70.4 kilograms. Please welcome Kash the Flash Gill!
This crowd waiting patiently here at the Carlton Centre. Both the lower levels and the upper levels are pretty well packed.
What an exciting atmosphere to see all these people here.
I think it's a wonderful advertisement really for the Carlton Centre too, this revamped Carlton Centre right here in the heart of downtown Johannesburg. And you'll notice that upper level there, people standing almost 3 deep, ringing the arena. In fact, it goes upper level, I guess you could call that. Very, very good venue for kickboxing.
Of course, becoming a bit of a tradition here in Johannesburg. They've been using this venue for a while now, and it's been a great success. Of course, open to the public. Anybody can come in, and there's a lot of activity around this area, a lot of taxis around this area. So you see a lot of people coming and getting some exposure to kickboxing.
And this kickboxing action this afternoon brought to you on the SABC, and we're just about ready to go.
You both acquainted with the rules. Please listen when I call you to break. If I call you to break, I want each one to give 1 step backwards. Good luck. Shake hands.
Wow, Nick, distinct height advantage there for the challenger.
Well, I just cannot believe he is only 6'2". He looks all of 6'4". Well, let's see if mdunana can cut him down to size. And I think we'll see a lot of that from the UK fighter, Kash the Flash Gill. Obviously, those kicks are very important for him. He has a reach advantage, and he'll want to establish that early in this fight. As I say, very important this opening round for mdunana. See what the mental aspect is like, whether their focus is there.
Also, how much the exercise of losing 5 kilograms or maybe even 6 in a matter of 24 hours has done to him. Both fighters really feeling each other out at this stage. The Flash just really pushing out that right leg and just feeling out the distance and trying to get the distance, while mdunana has been doing the same. He's just feeling out his fight. And mdunana usually fights with a very strong sideways stance, uses his side thrust kick to keep his opponent away from him.
Whereas Gill seems to fight pretty square on.
Square on, traditional, orthodox, almost like a boxer, leading with that left hand and keeping those elbows and hands up high. Obviously a well-schooled fighter. He reminds me a little bit of the George Foreman of old in the light heavyweight boxing division. Not Foreman. What was that man's name? A very tall light heavyweight we saw in South Africa fighting Pierre Kutzer. Was it Pierre Kutzer a couple of years ago?
Talking about a tall light heavy.
George Foster.
Bob Foster.
Bob Foster, that's the one. Very tall man, and just lost that, forgot that. But obviously we'll be fighting with that height advantage and staying away from mdunana. Don't know much about Gill. His record of 45 wins, 26 KOs just indicates that he does pack a punch.
That's a surprising thing about these tall, skinny fighters. They can put a lot of leverage into their punches. And there's an indication. I think the referee ruling it was a slip, but a left hand landing at the bell.
Yeah, and mdunana, I'm sure he went down there. Interesting. I think he's going to have his work cut out today.
Well, the referee deciding very definitely it was a slip. I wonder if this is the action at the bell, perhaps earlier in the round. Second round of the scheduled 12-rounder WKA junior middleweight title on the line. Champion Richard Mdunana gets off to a quick start with that reverse kick. Not very effective though, Dirk.
No. See the height advantage that this man Gill has. It's keeping him out of reach of mdunana. Although mdunana, I've seen him fight some very difficult opponents and he usually gets stronger as the fight goes on. Obviously wanting to stamp a little bit of authority on this fight. He's now starting to take a stand against this man. Quick legs from the Briton. Very, very quick legs. Getting that left leg up very quickly. It didn't really hurt mdunana, but it's an indication that he can get those legs up and really do some damage if he needs. The Briton pushing, mdunana going down into that kick, but luckily he had his legs in the way. And you can see those shins coming in. And a dangerous weapon, those shins, when they connect on bone, when there's little meat. What happened there?
That was a good sweep from the champion Richard Mdunana. Very quick, that came in before Gill had a chance to react to it, really.
One of mdunana's favorite techniques, he uses that sweep often. Now you see how tall this man really is. He did a kick, he lost the balance, and almost went over the ropes. He's really a very tall man. Let me tell you, looking at this man's record, Kash the Flash Gill, and the way he's coming into this fight, if mdunana pulls off this defense, it'll be a great big feather in his cap.
Absolutely. When especially you bear in mind the problems coming into the fight too.
Excellent sweep there coming from mdunana. He wants to come straight in. Puri van der Heever, the referee, right in there, and luckily stopping any action from coming there. Gill very focused, listening to his coach, and doesn't seem to be too perturbed.
Don't get too busy, but I'm just saying fake the business, yeah? Because you tend to like get standing still. You tend to fall asleep a little bit.
Telling his man, you're sleeping, you stand to just go to sleep a little bit.
Okay?
Get busy, get into action.
Gill's last fight was a fourth-round knockout victory over a German fighter by the name of Bernd Grau. So he didn't have to work too hard in his last outing.
Comes from a professional career that started in 1986 after he won the World Amateur Championship, the PKA World Amateur title, and in the same year won a professional title as well. And from there he's just become really one of the top-class European kickboxers and Thai boxers, or knockdown low kick boxers in Europe. His defenses are very good. He stays out of trouble, keeps those gloves up, and that's nice to see. Third punch from mdunana, clubbed overhand, almost a hook with the right hand, onto the side of the head. Once again, the Briton misses. I think mdunana realizing he's got a good reach. Rather stay out of trouble. You never know what this man's going to do. Attacking, and he's got the Briton on the back foot, not allowing him to come in with that long height advantage.
Yes, mdunana is very quick to seize on any opening at all.
Spinning technique seems to confound the Briton a little bit. He's not sure whether mdunana's going to have the distance to get in, and then mdunana just comes up very closely and very quickly. A lot of action coming from mdunana now, doing most of the work, and I hope that the Briton doesn't wait for him to get tired, because mdunana I've seen go from strength to strength and get stronger. Of course, we don't know what's energy he's lost trying to lose weight.
It was a good finish to the round by mdunana, working hard with the side kicks. I think will have impressed the judges at the bell.
Round 4 of 12. This is for the WKA Junior World Middleweight title. The holder in the black trunks, Richard mdunana from South Africa.
Oh, right hand landing from Kash the Flash. mdunana it was who started the round with a couple of flying kicks. And a solid right hand from a man who's of Indian descent, we believe. Based in the UK, but of Indian descent.
Nice, that sweep again.
Watch out, low sweep. Don't use the top arrow kick.
That was a clear instruction to mdunana from the referee. Most of the aggression coming from mdunana so far in this bout. Seem also that Kash the Flash Gill is finding it hard just to get inside and find his range with those kicks and punches, because mdunana obviously changing the distance all the time, whether he's doing a reverse kick with a follow-up kick. He stays a little bit further away from his opponent and then gets in close by again, drops his head, and when Gill punches, he's actually going over the top. Pinched a little bit there, Nick.
Some good work there. Left jab from mdunana. Well, both fighters landing combinations to their head.
mdunana probably fighting the right fight, not showing this man that is much more experienced than mdunana, not showing him any respect and just going out there and fighting like he is the world champion, which he is, and trying to hold that title. Furious work on both corners. mdunana getting some instructions, and they're working with the instruments to get the swelling on the left eye of Gill down now. He's just a little bump below his left eye.
10th round of this title fight, brought to you this afternoon on Mabaleng. WKA World Junior Middleweight title it is. And we're in the 10th round, and a fight which I think is starting to go very definitely the way of the South African champion.
That jab working so well. He's coming through that jab and really scoring well. Also, the Briton has now wised up to that sweep, and he's trying to stay out. There comes another one, and mdunana really scoring well now. Almost as if the Briton's at a loss. He doesn't find the range now. Doesn't know whether to stay close by or whether to go out and fight from a distance, because he's not scoring either way.
And when he does move inside, he has a tendency to be off balance.
Yeah.
And he's been made to pay.
Well, I think it's because he's lunging, Nick. Coming in very fast to close the gap.
Very definitely lunging. That was a good right hand, though, from Kash Gill.
Furious action. This is from the Colton Centre live for this world title.
Right hand again landing from Kash Gill. He's managed to sneak a few through in this 10th round.
And I've been impressed by the left jab. Look at that. Once again, that left jab. As Gill wants to launch an attack, that left jab just lands. A big combination from mdunana. He was tagged a little bit. The Briton trying to hold on. mdunana furiously in action now, trying to just end this. And you can definitely see that the power of those punches are starting to count.
No question, Gill was longing to hear the bell ring there. He was hurt at the end of the round. He was looking to hold on again. It seems that every time mdunana manages to put together some solid combinations, Gill is very definitely hurt.
Okay, finish.
There we see it. Gill coming in, and then mdunana tags him. That lunge, he's not really planned what he's going to do when he gets in, it seems, and then he gets tagged by mdunana.
Well, he walked into a left and a right hand there, and of course he's moving in all the time, which doubles the force of the blow.
Look at that jab. That was so nice. Look at that jab. And nice slow-mo action that we see there. Another big punch, and you see him going back, and immediately after that they clinched once again. Well, I'll tell you, Nick, I said at the beginning of this fight, if what has been said about mdunana, the fact that he had to lose 5 kilograms, he didn't train very hard. If that's true, looking at this man's record, Gill, he's had 3 world titles. He's fought several times for world titles in different disciplines. This is going to do no harm to mdunana's reputation internationally as well.
Absolutely. Hope he receives some credit for it. Well, it's not a foregone conclusion just yet, but mdunana, the signs are looking positive now as we go into this 11th round.
Tags his man again, 1-2, and then a right hand, another right hand, and that jab has done great things for mdunana today. Button. That was such a good kick, timed perfectly, and surely the Briton must have felt that. A little bit of an elbow in there. He'll probably get a warning for that.
Watch out there, elbow, eh?
I think Gill closed down the range so quickly that it became an elbow. It wasn't planned that way.
Yes, no, absolutely not. You could see the outstretched hand. One of mdunana's favorite techniques. That once again you see the lunge, almost desperate punching from Gill, trying to close that range.
Yeah, looking very awkward, and as you say, quite desperate. Well, I think he's starting to sense, obviously, Kash Gill, that this one's slipping away from him.
We saw that interview before the fight. He was superbly confident and thought that he could do it. Oh, that's going to give the stern warning from the referee for punching while the referee's talking.
If you take the head down again, I'm going to take points. Okay? Ready? Fight!
mdunana really doing well in these later rounds and just dictating absolutely like a world champion should.
And keeping up a very good rate with the kicks, Dirk.
Haven't been checking. I've been too excited and watching these combinations from mdunana. There comes another one, and you see the mouth of the Briton also open now, and obviously that's dangerous. A lot of confidence oozing from this man. He's not even going to his corner now. He's just really confident now.
Well, strolling around the ring as if he owns it. Not a bad attitude to have.
He wasn't this confident coming into this fight in that first round. Look at the replay. That big kick. Oh, there was some glove to it. He did have the gloves up. Lucky for him. Here you see it again. Big one. Great action from mdunana. Oh, you can even hear the smile in their voices now. I don't think it's over, like you said, Nick. He's still got a way to go, and he shouldn't get overconfident. Obviously, Gill can punch. He proved it with the punch earlier in the fight.
And it has only really been, I would say, the last 3 rounds in which mdunana has strongly come through.
Ready?
Because up until that point, it was a pretty even fight.
Yes. Round 12, this is it, the decider, the final round. It could all hinge on this one. Another sweep from mdunana. Sussing out his man, using that jab. Oh, toe to toe. What furious action from both these fighters. And I think mdunana coming off the better. Gill now on the back bicycle running. And mdunana furiously punching. I think Gill has realized he's going to have to punch out of this one. There's no point in running away. He's going to have to get down to business. Furious action in this last round, and there's 1:15 to go.
Well, it's the same old problem for Kash Gill. Every time he tries to move in, he leaves that jaw out hanging. And mdunana is very quick to land the counter punches.
And the question is, does Gill have the strength left over to still knock out this man?
Well, we've seen his right hand can put mdunana down. But again, I go back to that point that mdunana was standing on one leg at the time. But that's a solid right hand.
Yes, that was
as good a right hand as he's landed throughout the fight.
And he gets it back straight away. And another one. Oh, that was a big one, Nick. Huge body shot again. Those kicks are telling him this man that you see in picture is very tired now. Obviously those blows have started telling. Richard mdunana doing himself proud and his country.
So this fight is almost through. Richard mdunana, as far as we're concerned, certainly, and I wonder if the judges will see it that way, has done enough to retain his title.
Well, look at him. Everybody's ecstatic in the ring. Obviously one of his supporters in that ring picking him up there. He looks quite spent. Been an exciting clash, Nick. I think one where a world champion was underrated, and the challenger came in with an awesome record, 59 bouts, 45 wins. And look at that, mdunana just showing him no respect. Huge punches driving that man back.
Yes, you had all the ingredients for a good fight coming in. You had a champion with problems, weight problems, and scheduling problems by the sounds of things. He wasn't sure when the fight was going to take place. And you had a challenger with a good reputation. So all the ingredients were there for a good fight this afternoon. And it certainly turned out to be a good exhibition of kickboxing here at the Carlton Centre.
You can see in these replays just the punishment that the challenger had to endure in this last round. And probably I go that last round definitely to mdunana, which will do his chances no harm of staying the world champion. Obviously a draw will also give him the title, make him keep the title. But in my view, probably done enough. Look at that big kick right on the throat, and that could have been a dangerous kick. But excellent performance, especially in the latter rounds from the champion. And there he goes, the fight's over, he's really happy.
Well, the WKA belt is in the ring. Ring announcer Ian Lockyer has got the decision. He's just giving it the quick once-over before he makes it public. And that belt then is what it's all about. The champion, Richard mdunana, putting up a very good showing this afternoon. Let's find out what the decision was.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a tremendous fight. Please put your hands together and show these fighters how you appreciate it. Fighters to the center. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision and still the World Kickboxing Heavyweight Champion, Richard mdunana.
Richard mdunana has done it under pressure. We didn't get the breakdown on the points, Dirk, but the judge is finding the right winner.
Wow, unanimous decision, which means the judge from Spain also gave the decision to the South African. And look at that confidence. A little bit of a swelling on the left eye, but a great performance. And I'm saying he's done his reputation no harm.
Yes, indeed. So that's the boxing then from the Carlton Centre. From Dirk Dippenaar, myself, Nick Collis. A good title fight. Richard mdunana retains that title. And from us here at the Carlton Centre, it's back to the studio.